Hi socialites, it's Valentine's season, it's love season, and that is why I bring to you this beautiful lovely jacket blazer with a love lapel. It's the season of love, and this is me showing you massive love by bringing this tutorial to you, and this is with so much love from me to you. For this tutorial, a basic body is supposed to be drafted out at this time, but for the sake of my beginners, I'm going to be starting from the very scratch, okay? So to get started, I'm going to be leaving out some spaces on both sides of the pattern paper, on this side and then from this side as well. So from this side downwards, I'm going to be marking 5 inches downwards all the way to the end of the pattern paper. This space that we're marking out at this upper part would accommodate the collar by the time we are drafting, especially the front part of the pattern. So I connect with both lines, and then from this side I'm going to be marking up to 6 inches. You can use 5.5, but at most 6 inches, and I also connect. This is to accommodate the lapel part of the dress. Okay, so from here to here is 5 inches, and then here to here we have 6 inches. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is to be drafting out all our vertical measurements. That's measurements from the shoulder downwards. Because this is a jacket or a blazer, the back is supposed to fall. That's on the shoulder area, it's supposed to fall to the front. Okay, it's not supposed to lie exactly on along the shoulder line. So because of that, every vertical measurement we are going to be reducing it by half an inch. So for the breast point, that is 10.5, I marked 10. The underbust, which is 14, I marked 13.5. The half length, which is 17, I marked 16.5. Okay, so I took out half an inch from every vertical measurement, all the measurements down. Then I connect with a horizontal line just like so. Please take note of the reduction in the vertical measurement. And like I said, this is the breast point, the underbust, and then the half waist. So for the armhole, I'm supposed to use an armhole length of 8 inches. So I minus the half inch, then I have 7.5. Okay, so at this point I divide the shoulder measurement by 2, and this is my center line. Okay, so from the center line I mark 7.5, and at this armhole length I mark 7.5. That's my shoulder divided by 2, and I'm going to be connecting that with a straight or angle 90 line like so. Next thing, I come down from this point by 3.5 inches, and then from that 3.5 inches, what I have left of the armhole length, I divide that by 2, and then I mark that point, and then at that half midpoint I come in by half an inch. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting, but before I do that, from this center fold line, not this point, I'm going to be dividing the bust measurement by 4 inches. Whatever I have, I mark that, and then that gives me my armhole points for connection. So here's the armhole. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is the breast distance measurement. I divide that by 2, and whatever I have, I mark that point from this center line. Please note the center line. Okay, and then I connect that all the way from the half waist to the breast point, and between the dark line I mark half inch between the dark line, and then I'm going to be connecting that upwards just to the breast point, as you can see, with a pointed slanted line. And the next thing I'm going to be doing again is to divide the body circumference measurement by 4. For the bust, we already have that at this armhole area. Okay, that's the bust divided by 4. So you come down to the under bust round, I divide that by 4. Whatever that gives me, I mark that, and at this dart line I also add a dart allowance. I come down to the half waist, I divide the waist by 4, also include my dart allowance, and I have that marked out, and then I have the points connected to give me the shaping on the side of my pattern. After the shaping at the side of the pattern paper, at the breast point I come down by 1.5 inch. That's for the breast dart, and note that this point I am marking out here is the difference between the half waist of the front and the back, which is 1.5. And then for the neckline, I'm going to be using as small as 1.5 for the width of the neckline. Okay, and then I'm going to be coming down for the neck depth by 3 inches, and then I'm going to be having that connected. But in connecting it, I'm connecting upward, like outward, like so. Can you see I extended the line above the neckline, above that line, and I have the shoulder slants connected to the base of the neck like so. So with this, we have the basic bodice of the front ready. So it's time for us to draft out the lapel and then the collar area on this side of the pattern paper. So to draft out the lapel, from the center fold point, I'm going to be coming outward by 5.5 inches, that's 5.5 inches, and then I get this curve rule like so. This is going to help me with the love shape lapel, so I place it like this, and then I'm connecting at this point to this point here, and then coming down to the half waist and the underbust. I'm supposed to do this before I start the lapel drafting. I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches from the center line at the underbust and the half waist, and then I connect with a straight line like so. And after I've done that, I continue with the love shaped lapel. So I place back my cover, and then I connect from this point down to the underbust. Okay, so you can see we have our half love like so. So at this point, I'm going to be coming upward by 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to be marking another slanted upward line, just as you can see. And on this side of our love lapel, I'm going to be coming upward by 2.2 inches, not 2.5, and then at this point I'm going to be coming outward by 3.5 inches, and I'm going to be connecting both points together. That's because of the shape of the lapel, as you can see on your screen. This is the shape of the type of lapel I want to achieve. So I connect both points together. That's for the collar, and with this, our front part of our pattern for our jacket is ready. So I'm demarcating the line so that I can draft out the back. So for the back, I want it to have a joining, so I'm going to be marking about half an inch from the edge of the pattern paper, and then I connect with a straight line. So with this line here, this is our center line. Okay, so every measurement will be starting from here. So I'm going to be dividing the shoulder measurement by 2, which will give me 7.5. Sorry guys, I'm supposed to mark out the vertical measurements before I continue with the shoulder. So for the vertical measurements, remember we took out half an inch from the front for all our vertical measurements. So for the back, we are going to be adding that half, or those half inches that we took out from the front to the back. So for the armhole, remember we used 7.5. Meanwhile, the actual armhole we are supposed to use was 8 inches. So we're going to be adding that half to the actual length of the armhole, which is 8 inches. So we are going to be having the armhole length of 8.5 for the back. Meanwhile, the front we had 7.5. I hope you understand now. So for the breast point at the back, we are going to be having 11 inches for the breast point. Meanwhile, at the front we had 10 inches. At the underbust, we are going to be having 14.5 inches. Meanwhile, at the front we have 13.5. At the half waist, we are going to be having 17.5. Meanwhile, at the front we had 16.5. So basically, the difference between the back and the front vertical measurement is 1 inch. That is, the front is shorter with the back by 1 inch. Okay, so I connect the armhole like so, just like we did to the front. The only difference is that the back is now longer than the front. So I come down by 3/4 of an inch for the shoulder slant, and then I get the midpoint of the leftover of the armhole length, which is this point, and I'm going to be connecting the armhole curve. But before that, like we did to the front, I divide the bust measurement by 4 and mark that point. That's where our armhole is going to touch the line. So for the neckline, I'm going to be using the double of the neckline width that we used for the front, which is 3 inches, because the front is 1.5, and then for the neck depth I used 2 inches, and I'm going to be connecting. So this is the neckline width and depth of the back, and then I connect the shoulder slant to the base of the neck, just like so. So this is what we have. So the next thing is to get the breast distance measurement. That's the nipple to nipple measurement, to divide by 2. So whatever that gives you are going to be marking that from the half waist up to the shoulder area like so, and then I connect that with a straight line. So this is my dart line for the back, and between the dart lines I'm going to be marking ½ inch between the dart lines, and then I'm going to be connecting it all the way to some point at the upper part of the back, just as you can see. So this is the dart, and the next thing is to divide the body circumference measurement by 4. So for the bust we already have that, and then we'll come down to the under bust. I divide by 4, and then the dart line at this point I just measure, and it gave me almost 1 inch, like about 3.75, and then I added that. At the half waist, I divided the waist by 4, added the dart allowance, and then had that marked out as well, and then I connect all the way from the armhole down to the half waist. So for this 1.5 inch that we marked at the breast dart area, that's the difference between the back and the front half waist. I mark that upward from the half waist of the back, and then I connect with a straight line horizontally. So this is going to be taken out because that's the difference. The half waist length of the back is shorter. So I separate the front from the back so that I can fold this and then have the side of the pattern reshaped, because I'm not going to be cutting that dart out. Okay, so I connect and then I have it reshaped. So this is the completion of the shaping of the side for the front because of the breast dart mark out. Okay, so I have that cut out like so. So this is basically the cutting of the front pattern. So I'm going to be cutting exactly where I marked. So this is the lapel area of the jacket, and I got all the way. Please guys, if at this point you haven't subscribed, please, I'm sure this channel, it has been helpful up to this point. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, drop those lovely comments in the comment section. So guys, this is what the love lapel looks like. So we have the front cut out. We are going to be doing the same thing to the back, but before we cut out the back, I fold that half waist because we do not need that part. Like I said, we are going to be cutting that out, and then I cut all the way, just as you can see, drafted out on the pattern paper. So this is what the back pattern also looks like, and this is what the front looks like. And here we have the collar of the jacket. Okay, so now it's time for us to cut on our fabric. So these are the fabrics I'm going to be using just to represent the red season. Okay, so I place this on this, and then I mark out ½ inch at the half waist length. Okay, and then at the side I mark out 2 inches for the seam allowances. That all these points are the seam allowances, and at the armhole area I just added ½ inch, just because I do not know what I want to end up, or what I want the jacket to end up looking like. So I just added that 1 inch at the armhole, just in case I want to do anything that I didn't plan out to do at the end of the day. Okay, so I just have that cut out. That's for the front, and then for the back I placed on foot like so. I also added 1 inch at the lower part, 2 inches at the side of the back, and then 1 inch at the armhole area, and then I'm going to be cutting along all those points as well. So this is it for the back. At the zipper, at the center back, I didn't add any allowance, and I did at the neck area, no allowance. At the shoulder slants, no allowance. So this is for the collar. So for the collar, you can see that I didn't divide the fabric into two. I just folded the fabric into two, added ½ inch to the 3 sides of the collar, and then I have that cut out. I'm going to be cutting 2 of these, so I use this and place on the fabric again, and I cut exactly what I have. And after all that, this is what we have for the collar, the front, and then the back. Okay, so this is what we have them looking like. So it's time for me to cut the facing. So this is the facing for the lapel. I'm going to be using this plain red fabric for the lapel area. So I cut out the lapel area just like so. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm not going to be using this red to cut the full interfacing for the front. So when I place it, you can see that we still have some spaces left, so I'm going to be using the fabric to cut the complete interfacing for the front. So here is the half part of the front interfacing, and I've put stay on it, and this is the rest part. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and by the time I fold also, this is what it should come out looking like. So after stitching, for the stitching, you can see that I left 2 inches that I notched before I stitched around. Can you see that? So and I stitched around like so, and I'm going to be notching all the parts that I stitched. That part I didn't stitch is the place that the collar is going to begin from when I'm stitching the collar to it. So I trimmed off the excesses, and then I'm going to be turning inside out and then iron it properly. But before I do that, you can see that I have my breast dart and then my underbust dart as well here, and then I turned it inside out. After turning, I'm going to be ironing that, and after ironing, this is what it looks like. I see that our love has come out, and then I place the back. I'm going to be closing the shoulder area and then the side, and I'll be back. Okay, so for the closing of the shoulder, I'm going to be using the back, the main back to the main front, and then to get the interfacing, and then I'm going to be stitching the interfacing shoulder to the interfacing, like both. What I mean is interfacing to interfacing, and then the main bodies to the main bodies. Okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. So after stitching, this is what it looks like. You guys can see how beautiful it has turned out. I love this outcome. If you recall in the beginning, while I was taking the vertical measurement, I made the front shorter than the back. This is the reason, so that the back falls to the front. Can you see? So we have the joining at the shoulder falling to the front, and next I'm going to be attaching the collar to it. So this is the collar. I already had it stitched on this part, and then this is how the stitching goes. I'm so sorry guys, at the end of the day, the full placement of this collar, I didn't know it wasn't recording, but this is how it goes. Just attach it like so. But before you do that, you're going to be turning it inside out, so the collar is going to be stitched between the interfacing and then the main body. So I turned it inside out, and then I get this part of the collar, and then I'm going to be stitching it around like so. And after attaching or stitching the collar to it, I attached a sleeve, and then I added the peplum to the lower part of the jacket. And guys, this is how our beautiful love shaped lapel jacket or blazer came out looking. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, because for me, I love this outcome. It's giving the love it's supposed to give, and I love the outcome, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial from me. This is my special Valentine tutorial from me to you guys. So before I go, please show some love by subscribing, liking, and sharing this particular tutorial. And this is for someone out there. Please love yourself as much as you can. Love yourself, and again, love yourself. That is the best gift you can give to yourself this love season. Okay, every other love is just an addition, is just an extra. The one you give to yourself is the basic. Okay, once again, thank you, and see you in my next one. Bye.